All right, sixth grade Monday. What are angle relationships formed when we have two parallel lines, I've highlighted them in yellow, that are intersected, except for that I left off an S right there, intersected by a line. This line right here, this is called a transversal. For the rest of math, when you see the word transversal, it means it's a line that cuts through parallel lines. So I'll give you an example. So let's say you're looking at railroad tracks, right? These are railroad tracks. I'm doing it poorly, but let's pretend you see that, right? And then there is a road that crosses railroad tracks, right? There's a stop sign here. People have to stop before they go over the railroad tracks. Well, railroad tracks are parallel. And the roads that cross the parallel tracks, those would be an example of a transversal. Okay, so let's look at the relationships formed. Notice how when this transversal crosses, it creates two identical sets of the exact same size angles, and I went ahead and labeled them. So this is the left upper, this is the left upper, this is the right upper, this is the right upper, this is the left lower, the right lower, the left lower, the right lower, right? So the angles that are in the same location, so let me do this. So see angle 1 and angle 1. So angles in the same location are called corresponding, and those angles are congruent. So I'm not going to put measure. Angle 1 is congruent to angle 1. We could even call this 5, 6, 7, 8. And now I could say angle 1 and angle 5 are congruent. Angle 2 is congruent to angle 6. Angle 3 is congruent to angle 7. And angle 4 is congruent to angle 8. And these sets are corresponding. All right, so now let me see if I can select that. Yeah, let me get that out of the way. There we go. Make that a little bit easier to read. Okay, so now I'm going to unhighlight those. So now we have different types. So notice angle 1, angle 5, angle 4, and angle 7 all four of those, let's see. Angle 4 and angle 8, all of those angles are obtuse. And notice angle 1 shares a vertex with angle 4. So we could say angle 1 is congruent to angle 4 because those angles are vertical. So hopefully you guys see that? They go right across from each other and they share that vertex right there. Okay, now we've got angle 5 and angle 8 are congruent because they are vertical angle. But the one thing I wanted you to notice, all of those angles that I just named, 1, 4, 5, and 8, they are all obtuse. So every obtuse angle, every time you have parallel lines, so let's say I said, here's two parallel lines, here's a transversal. Let's pretend I did that straight. Every one of the obtuse angles are congruent, and every one of the small angles, the acute angles, are congruent. But they have special relationship names. All right, so now we've done the vertical angles. Okay. Let's see if I can get rid of some of the... All right, so now, oh, I covered up this. It said angle A right there. All right, so now notice this angle right here, this is obtuse. Angle 5 is obtuse. They have to be congruent, but they're on alternate sides, and they're inside the parallel lines. Inside means interior. And if one's on this side and one's on that side, those are called alternate sides. So alternate interior. So alternate, and I have it right here, alternate interior, alternate exterior angles are congruent. So these are all the angles that are congruent. Corresponding, they're in the same location. Meaning, if you number the two sets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the upper left are corresponding. All right? And then if you look on the inside, if you look inside here, alternate. So angle 4 is on the other side of angle 5, and both of those are obtuse. So you would say that angle 4 is congruent to angle 5, and then that means angle 2 is congruent to angle 7, and those are alternate interior. So let's look at the exterior. So exterior, everything out here. So look at what we have. We have 1 on the other side. We have 8. Those are both obtuse. So this is an obtuse angle, and this is an obtuse angle. 1 is on the left side, 8 is on the right side. So angle 1 is congruent to angle 8. That means angle 3 is congruent to angle 6. And this is acute, and this is acute. And those are alternate exterior. Okay, so now I'm going to erase this because there's a little bit more that we have to look at. Now we've got these other things, relationships that you need to be aware of. And now these relationships aren't congruent. So now we move away from things that are congruent, and this is what I want you to notice. So let me go ahead and just erase that, and I'm going to have to cover up the A and B again. And I'm going to re-highlight the parallel lines. Okay, so notice these two angles right here. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Angles that sit on a straight line. So we could say, let me do this over here. the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2, the measure of angle 3 plus the measure of angle 4, measure of angle 5 plus the measure of angle 6, the measure of angle 7 plus the measure of angle 8. All of those sit on a straight line, so all of those angles add up to 180. And then, so we did the straight lines kind of left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What if we go up and down? Now we say, oh, 1 and 3 sit on the same line. 2 and 4 sit on the same line. 5 and 7, 6 and 8. So you do the same thing. So these are called supplementary angles. Two angles that add up. And look at the 1s, the 1, the 5, the 4, and the 7. So the 1, the 5, the 4, and the 7, those are all the obtuse angles. And then the 2, the 6, oops, I highlighted 7 again when I meant to highlight 8. Sorry about that. Those are all the obtuse. And then 2, 6, 3, and 7 are the acute. In this relationship, each acute plus each obtuse will add up to 180. So, for example, angle 1 and angle 7 actually add up to 180, even though they don't have a given relationship. Okay, I'm going to erase all of this now because we're still not done. Oops. I should pause that every time so this isn't being wasting your time. So what did we said? We said that, label those again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we said that 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 7, 6, 8. So the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 3, the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 4, the measure of angle 5 plus the measure of angle 7, the measure of angle 6 plus the measure of angle 8. Each of these also are supplementary. They add up to 180. Okay, there's 2 more groupings. So, and these are same side supplementary. So it's same side, either interior or exterior. And this is what I mean by that. So see this angle 4 and angle 7? They're on the same side and they're on the interior. Here's an obtuse. Here's an acute. Those two add up to 180 degrees. 2 and 5 add up to 180 degrees. Okay, now let's look at same side exterior. 1 and 6, 1 is obtuse, 6 is acute. Those two add up to 180. And then 3 and 8 are on the same side exterior. So we'll say that for same side interior, measure of angle 4 plus the measure of angle 7, the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 5. Both of those add up to 180. And then same side, exterior. So the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 6, the measure of angle 3 plus the measure of angle 8, those both add up to 180 degrees. Okay, I'm going to pause this right here.